Aries, welcome back to Spiritually Influential Tarots. This is your weekly general reading for your sun, moon, and rising from July 21st to July 28th. Please take what resonates with you and allow the other Aries to receive the rest, please. Thank you very much. With that being said, Spirit, may I please have 7 cards for Aries, please. We are starting off with the 4 of Pentacles, followed by the 7 of Swords, followed by the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the 7 of Cups, followed by the King of Cups, followed by the Page of Swords, and lastly, ending with the King of Swords. Aries, these are fantastic cards, Aries. You have great cards here, Aries, starting off. Let's go as well into your very good cards, Aries. I'm telling you, you're going to be looking at a wonderful month coming up. Also, let's go into your oracle cards for guidance and wisdom. As it is already, this is coming from your higher self, and the oracle is telling you, Aries, to believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible, Aries. And from these cards right here that I have in front of me, you are going to receive what you are waiting for, okay? I'm going to start off just by saying that right away. Let's go here as well into your angel numbers. 1 card for your angel numbers. And let me take out 1 card here from the Spirit to bring you a spiritual message and bring you comfort at the end of this reading. Yes. Aries, I want to let you know that right from the back, as the oracle spoke and said, believe in the impossible, right away, from the minute that the cards came out, I keep on hearing faith and I keep on hearing trust. Okay? Right away. Faith, I'm hearing faith and I'm hearing trust. I keep on hearing those 2 back to back, okay? If the oracle automatically started off with believe in the impossible, I'm hearing you have to trust in yourself and you have to have faith in yourself. I mean, right off the back, okay? This is what I'm hearing. We're going to start off here with the 4 of Pentacles, Aries, okay? When it comes to the 4 of Pentacles, Aries, I want you right away to understand that sometimes holding on to things too tightly, okay? You have to sometimes let go of a few things, okay? You know, whether it is people, whether it is, you know, possessions, okay? Situations, okay? Whether in your past or in the beginning at this moment, because I see that you're learning as well, okay, going into your present from the past, okay? But I want you to establish a certain amount of boundaries, okay? And don't hold on to things too tightly, because what happens is that if you hold on to certain things too tightly, like let's per se, how, you know, sometimes we have to allow a door to close in order for another one to open, okay? And if you're holding on, too tightly to certain things, it stops the energy, the blockage. It starts to bring a blockage in your life, okay, when it comes to your abundance, and you don't want that to happen. Maybe you're saying to yourself, you know what, I gotta hold on to these, couple dollars, right? Let's per se, I'm gonna give you a perfect example now, right? Have you noticed ever, right, that there might be a homeless person and you have a couple dollars in your pocket, but you don't give it, right? Yet, has it ever happened to you where all of a sudden you decide to give that homeless person by your car that passed by asking for money, or you loan the money that you have, and you gave it, and all of a sudden money appears, other opportunities start to appear? And that's what I mean, okay? Don't hold on too tightly for what you have at this moment, whether it is people, because sometimes we even have to let people go, okay? But since it is the Pentacles, okay, it's understandable to hold on, you know what I'm saying, to possessions, right? But I want you to also think about that possessions can also turn into toxicity, getting away from the toxic and holding on to certain things is going to lead to you not being able to progress, okay? Or how many say progress, right? I always say progress, okay? Moving forward. If you want to move forward, don't hold on to certain things too tightly, because sometimes it's just meant to let go, okay? It is being followed here. This is why also I said that you're learning from your past, okay? Because you see here, it is being followed, the Four of Pentacles, by the Seven of Swords. And when it comes to the swords, remember that swords are thoughts, right? Your sword, the way it chops up. But here's what I want to say right here. Something that a lot of other tarot readers never say, okay? They tell you what is the card, but they don't, I like to teach. I like to as well teach people whom are on my channel to understand what cards are. So when you, God forbid, are with another tarot reader, you'll say, no, that's not what that means. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, see back here, right? There is an army of people, right? And what he's doing is that he's taking all the swords with him so they won't be able to fight. But it's also allowing me to tell you, notice that he's not holding the swords by the handle. He's holding the swords by the edges of it, and both sides of that sword is sharp, okay? And when it comes to the Seven of Swords, I want you to think about it. If you notice, he's looking back. He's like, you know what? I've already learned from my past, okay? I'm already learned from I see what's going on here. The deception is not going to happen, okay? All right, this deception that you've already learned from, okay? You know what I'm saying? Is now, okay? Strategically per se, right? A way for you to be resourceful, okay? Because now you're acting strategic, okay? You're starting to learn, okay, having this open discussion, whether it's with yourself or with that other someone, okay? Okay, the way that you have learned upon the deceptions is allowing you, okay, to keep in mind, all right, that acting tactically, okay, acting tactically can be an advantage, all right, to per se a certain degree sometimes, okay? And this is going, and because of this, it allows you to move forward, okay? It is going to allow you to move forward As the oracle stated, believe in the impossible, because it is being followed here, the Seven of Swords, by the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? And the Wheel of Fortune is what I say, like the wheel of life, right? It's a wheel that continues on moving forward and moving forward and moving forward. And if you do good, okay, then good things will appear in your life, okay? You know, this is the wheel that is always, always turning, okay? Always, life is changing. Life is moving forward. Life is going through happiness, okay? It's going through things that if it has been, for example, if it is bad at this moment, then it is going to get better, right? Okay, so therefore it allows me to say to save, okay, save the right amount of things that you need to save in your life, so that way when times get bad, you're already ahead of the game. Don't fall back short, right? Now, when it comes to the wheel of fortune, the greatest thing about this card is that it's exactly what it is. Good luck, good fortune, okay? All right? Things that will return in time. If it was it because this is in your future role here, right? And whatever idea that you're having at this moment is going to bring you good fortune. It's going to bring you good luck, right? And you know something? It's better to keep on trying, right? Because upon whatever it is that you have in your mind, you have to have faith in yourself, okay? You have to have faith in yourself. This is why I keep on hearing this. I keep on hearing, okay, faith, you know, trust in yourself, okay? As the oracle said, believe in the impossible, right? Sometimes we have to be extremely delusional, okay, for things to work out. And then people are looking at you are like, you know, what are you talking about? But guess what? Later on, they're going to say, oh, I knew you could do it. Oh, I knew it, you know, once you make it, okay? Once you make it, you'll see, all right, that it's the reason of why you have this Wheel of Fortune, all right? By the way, Aries, if so far you are enjoying this reading, I would really appreciate it if you can hit that like button in front of you at this moment, so that way we can feed the algorithm with that like button to let it know that we like what we are hearing, we like what we are seeing, okay? Thank you very much, by the way. With that being said, it is being followed here by the Seven of Cups. Okay, I want you to start thinking about one thing instead of too many things, okay? You have many options. There's many, multiple choices, things that are going on here right now with the upper row here that I have just read, okay? The first three cards, okay? It is letting me know that, you know, the ideas that you're having, okay? It's the reason why you're holding on to certain things a little bit tightly, because you're having these thoughts, these ideas are popping up, okay? And you're being, per se, indecisive, because that's with this card, okay? With this card, it's a lot of indecisive, okay? You know, you cannot, you cannot live in a dream world, but you can sure have many dreams, okay? And have that wishful thinking, okay? Because that's exactly what it is to believe in the impossible, right? But you don't want to be of saying like, just daydreaming all the time is what I'm trying to say. You can't, you know what I mean? You have to actually, if you are going to believe in the impossible, then the only way that you can make it possible is by having focus, is by having that discipline, that consistency, that way of thinking, so that way it can get you there. Because if you use these kind of methods, and therefore you will have success. Okay, just commit, be proactive. Okay, have that commitment inside of yourself to take the steps that you need to take upon the thoughts that you are thinking about. Okay, instead of just fantasizing. That's what I'm trying to say. Because in order for us to continue on believing in the impossible and having faith in ourselves, it's like looking into the future. It's looking into things that haven't happened yet, but you can see them. You can literally it's like myself, sometimes I can even feel it. I can even feel what I'm thinking of, the possibilities of it, right? Okay. And it is being followed, your Seven of Cups here, with the King of Cups. Okay, more emotions. Okay, and when it comes to the King of Cups, he has his emotions, okay, balanced. Okay, this is all about emotional balancing. Okay, that's what your King of Cups is. Okay, your King of Cups is letting me know that you are wise, Aries. Okay, you are compassionate. Okay, it is letting me know you are loyal, you are charming. Okay, whether you are male or female. All right, and as well as you are a fantastic listener. Okay, you are a good listener. I want you to also be as proactive as you are listening. You know what I mean? Okay, because you would make a fantastic and one of a kind spiritual guide. Okay, let me ask you something. With this card here in the upper level, if you are trying to do exactly what I'm trying to do, what I'm doing here, exactly, because see, I had this spiritual dream a long time ago, okay, of me doing what exactly I'm doing today. And if you're having some type of spiritual awareness, something that you're like, something, I want to do that, okay, well, you can do it. Because when these kind of cards that are popping up here, it's all about good luck, good fortune. Okay, you thinking about the right things. Okay, being a great, spiritual guide. Okay, having that. It's you having that. You know how a counselor is. A counselor is like that. Okay, is like the way per se that I am. Right. We have to look deep inside yourself, because we have the answers inside of us. All right, because we hear certain things, right? It's like I said, I keep on hearing trust and faith. Keep on hearing you have to trust yourself. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to trust in the impossible. You have to believe in the impossible. Okay, okay, you have the when the King of Cups comes around, it speaks upon intellect, spiritual guidance. It speaks about spiritual awareness. Okay, you being emotionally deepened by your knowledge and your wisdom. Okay, having this awareness of yourself. That's the reason why the oracle said right away, you have to believe in the impossible. Okay, and if, hey, you're trying to be a tarot reader, or you're trying to be a psychic, or it's very, very there's certain ways for you to test yourself. Test yourself. Okay, as a matter of fact, if this is, if that is resonating with anybody out there, test yourself. There's many tests that you can do to yourself to prove that you are somewhat psychic, or have some type of ability. Okay, it's like, for example, okay, if you can think of a number be in between 1 and 10, okay, in between 1 and 10, okay, if you think of a number in between 1 and 10, if this is the person that is resonating with you, if you are thinking in between my hands between 1 and 10, you are thinking of the number. I'm going to go with 7, okay? If this was you, I highly suggest that you start trusting, okay, yourself, all right, in the way that you think about certain things, because honestly, that is actually a spiritual test that is, you know, that when that spiritual test, and if your number was 7, how I said it, then I highly suggest that you start to start looking into your spiritual ways, okay? Because honestly here, I am going to, you know, I mean, listen, it is being followed here, the King of Cups, by the Page of Swords, okay? And when the Page of Swords comes around, here's another thought, okay, of a new beginning, okay? You know, you have like plentiful of ideas, you know? Here you are thinking a lot, okay? You know, you are inspired. Something is inspiring you. Something has you extremely curious, okay? You know, because guess what? Like I said, with the King of Cups, this right here is also speaking about you being a great communicator, okay? You know, your thirst for knowledge, okay? All right? The intuitive part of yourself is like it needs more to feed on, okay? You know, it's like you're feeling this direct emotion, this thought that is in your mind that you're like, I am ready to engage. I am ready to be, you know, passionate about these debates. I see you debating here, okay? I see, okay? You're like, I can't wait to share, okay, my message, okay, and ideas with others. Aries, I highly suggest that you do so, okay? Because lastly, we are here with the King of Swords, okay? And you know something? The King of Swords is one of my favorite cards. And why I say it is one of my favorite cards is because this card is so unique, okay? This card, okay, is the card that allows me to say that you have mental clarity, Aries, okay? You know, the clarity, the intellectual, the power, okay, that you have deep inside, okay? And you know who this card, when this card comes up, I always say this, okay? This is the card that is applied to those that have that methodical thinking, that way of figuring puzzles out, of figuring things out. You know, it's very, very hard to lie to you, okay? Because you figure things out very, very fast. And even if it takes you some time, the truth, for some reason, just pops out, okay? And you're going to say, you know something? You know, you figured this out like the way that this card, I always say this, you have that methodical thinking, okay? You have, like I said, you can be a spiritual advisor. You can be law enforcement. You can use your methodical ways of thinking like an attorney, okay? You have, okay, that ethic, integrity, okay, that is being used, okay, like in order for you to be a judge, okay, for you to judge situations, okay, because of your rational thinking. I'm going to be honest, I love this reading. This is fantastic. Aries, whomever this is resonating with, whether you are male or female, I want you to trust in yourself, okay? I want you to trust in yourself. I don't want you to listen to somebody who's going to have doubts upon the vision that you have, okay? Trust in yourself. I keep on hearing that, okay? And like the oracle said, believe in the impossible. Aries, let's go now into your angel numbers, okay, and see what your angels here have to say to you. See, I love, you know, since I've opened up this channel, April 25th of 2026, excuse me, I have to say that, you know, I just came back due to the passing of my godfather, but it's like I took some time to get my energy correct, but it's like I keep on hearing so clearly, like I heard before, and I love, as I thank you if you are here new, and I thank you very much for being here today with me. But you know, trust. You know, excuse me. The angel wants to let you know, as like I said, that I love when this happens. It's my intuition that is being guided by those from the other side. And my godfather is one of them. So excuse me. So your the card says trust, and your angel numbers are 232. And the card says, trust in yourself and the universe. Have faith in the divine plan and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Angel number 232. And now, Aries, a message from the spirit, okay, to bring you comfort here at the ending of this reading. The spirit would like to let you know, have more faith in yourself. You see, I just continue on hearing it, and here it is. Be proud of how you are navigating every curveball that life throws at you. How you deal with those times shows your true inner resilience. Nothing can break that. That in itself is an inspiration for others. Keep shining your light, Aries. Aries, I really want you to start trusting in yourself, and excuse me if I got a little bit emotional. It's been, you know, hard to lose a mentor, but I'm here doing exactly what he said that I would be doing. So if you are new to my channel, Aries, if you have subscribed, excuse me, I'm still looking at your cards here. But if you have subscribed, then allow me to tell you thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. But if you have not, and you are new here on this channel, please allow me to ask you to subscribe, like, share, and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss out on any of your upcoming scheduled readings. And lastly, may you forever be blessed with great health, prosperity, and stability in your life, so that the day of tomorrow you can become a bit more spiritually influential. I will see you next week, Aries. Take care.